Hey there, it's Casey Dimon here, TaxSaleAcademy.com, and welcome to our weekly tax sale tip segment. Now, before we get to this week's tip, if you are interested in learning more about tax defaulted real estate, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also check out the links in today's video description. So today I want to give you a little tip that I often use myself when I'm looking up tax defaulted real estate. I'll simply ask myself, why is this property here? By doing this, it forces me to kick my research into overdrive, to take a few extra steps to make sure that I'm thorough in my research. Now, when you compare a tax sale list to any other type of real estate, any other list of real estate, you'll have a significantly higher concentration of junk properties. So let's say you went to the county database and you pulled 100 properties at random. Now, out of those 100 properties, you might have one or two that are junk properties. You're like, nope, don't want to touch that. Now, if you take 100 tax sale properties, you might have 20, 30, even 40 that are junk properties. And what I mean by junk is they're either useless or worthless. So there's a higher percentage, a higher concentration of useless properties on a tax sale list. Now, as you likely know, a piece of real estate that is being sold due to tax foreclosure went through that entire tax foreclosure process because the owner failed to pay the taxes on that property. They got that tax bill and they said, I am not going to pay it. Now, I take it as a challenge to determine if the reason they stopped paying that tax bill was due to something concerning the property that I'm looking up at that time. Now, some of the time, the owner intentionally failed to pay the property taxes. If you own something that was worthless or useless, then why would you pay the taxes on it? What value do you get from sending the county a check every year for a piece of property that's not worth anything? That's the mentality that many owners have. Now, let me back up a touch here. I want you to know there are absolutely extremely valuable properties available at tax sales. I've seen some sell into the multi-million-dollar range. There are also some very, very incredible deals at tax sales. I'm hearing about them all the time throughout the country from members of my academy. But research is such an integral part of the tax sale business. It's pretty easy to have something that catches your eye, do surface level research, get excited, go out and buy it. And sometimes that might work out for you. But the issues that I see take place that are detrimental to investors involve just that: excitement, surface level research, and then they go out and they buy it. The problem is that the deep, thorough research was not there like it should have been. Some people spend more time researching what restaurant they're going to eat at tonight than researching the property that they're going to be legally responsible for once they buy it at the tax sale. There is much more to it than simply reviewing a property assessor's report. So that's where this tactic comes into play. You can review that property assessor's report. Go ahead and do that. Do all the surface level stuff. And if all that looks good, that is where you need to ask yourself, why exactly do I think this property is here at the tax foreclosure sale? It could be that the owner died. Maybe they moved away. Maybe they just don't want the property. Maybe it was a divorce situation. There's countless things that are related to the person and not the property. And typically those will not concern you. But it could also be that the property's here for a reason, that it's in bad disrepair, that it's on a demolition list, that it's condemned, maybe that there are landlocked properties or access issues. Perhaps it has contaminated soil. Maybe the property is simply unbuildable. The list goes on and on and on. So I'll almost make the assumption something is wrong with that property and I should not buy that property until I'm able to prove myself otherwise. That means that I will look up every single thing that I need to about that property in that quest to prove myself wrong. So again, something's wrong with that property until I prove otherwise. So this week's tip is to simply try to determine why that property is there in the first place. As you research properties, in the back of your head, constantly ask yourself, why is this property even here? Many times you'll find your answer. Sometimes you won't when the property is there for personal issues or issues not related to that specific property. And when that happens, those are the properties that you need to jump on. But a lot of times, you'll be able to look at a property, do a little bit of research and say, I know exactly why that property is here, and I'm going to keep on moving right down that list. Listen, I truly hope that this week's tip and all of our videos here on YouTube have helped you out on your quest for tax sale success. If they have, please don't forget to do me a huge favor and click that thumbs up button. And also, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.